Hi everybody, so I had to end the first video early because I was reaching my 15-minute mark and YouTube only allows 15 minutes of video. But I'm going to continue it now, and I was talking about Panama Lewis. So if you guys knew who Panama Lewis was, because I learned who Panama Lewis was because I saw Assault in the Ring. And when that movie or documentary on HBO really opened my eyes as to how corrupt some people can be in boxing. So Panama Lewis was known for being a cheater. He put plaster and took out a lot of the cotton in one of his fighters' gloves because supposedly he had a large bet on one of his fighters that he would beat an undefeated white Irish kid in a boxing match. So he made a lot of money off that fight because his fighter was the underdog, but he got caught and the court found him guilty and he got sentenced for it. But he never wanted to admit that he did what he did. But his fighter did admit what his coach did to him. Dewey Bozella was his name, the fighter, and he outed Panama Lewis as being the cheater that he was. So Panama Lewis was the trainer of Aaron Pryor at that time. And when Aaron Pryor started getting tagged more by Alexis Arguello, Aaron Pryor went back to his corner and he was just getting tired. And you could tell a lot of people were thinking, all right, this is Alexis Arguello's chance. He just needs to come out this next round and keep the pressure on, and he'll get Aaron Pryor, possibly knock him out as well. So Aaron Pryor went back to his stool, and Panama Lewis was freaking out. He was like, "Hey, what are you doing? You're getting hit. Don't get hit. Move, dance. Get and land more shots on this man." So then he says to his other cornerman, "Give me the water." And then his cornerman hands him a bottle of water, but he says, "No, no, no, not that water. The one I mixed." And the cornerman knows what he's talking about and hands him another bottle of water, a different one obviously. So he gives the bottle of water to Aaron Pryor, and Aaron Pryor sips from it, and he comes out that next round as if he's a brand new man, as if it was round one. And he did so well that round that he ended up TKOing Alexis Arguello. The ref stopped the fight, and Aaron Pryor won the fight by TKO the very next round. In fact, the round before that, he was in trouble, and now he knocked out Alexis Arguello, which is, I don't know, crazy. At the time, not that much people suspected anything. They were just watching a fight, and a lot of people couldn't believe what they saw. So Aaron Pryor won the fight, no problem. But then when they reviewed the tapes, they found out what Panama Lewis had said in between rounds, and they charged him, with whatever you charge people with that are suspicious. He was no doubt suspicious. I mean, what do you mix water with? Nothing, right? Because in boxing, in matches, you're not allowed to give your fighter anything but water. Nothing at all. Just water. What are you going to mix water with? It'd be illegal to mix water with anything else. You can't even give your fighter Gatorade during fights. Just water. H2O. Agua. So, Panama Lewis got in trouble for that, and there wasn't really anything to find him guilty of, because him saying, "Hand me the bottle I mixed," wasn't enough, I guess. But Aaron Pryor was getting pissed off because there was a lot of speculation as to whether he cheated or not, and he didn't want to be considered a cheater. So Alexis Arguello even went up to him and was like, "Hey, just tell me the truth between you and me. Did you take anything during our fight?" And that pissed Aaron Pryor off so much that he gave Alexis Arguello a rematch. So Aaron Pryor won the first fight, right, against Alexis Arguello. And Alexis Arguello is a great fighter. It was a stunning upset when Alexis Arguello lost in that fashion to Aaron Pryor. Aaron Pryor finally got his opportunity to win the fight, but in a way, he also lost. His first opportunity became a big mistake for him. So even though he never fought Sugar Ray Leonard, Alexis Arguello became his arch nemesis, became his best friend, and his big payday, and his moment of glory. And a lot of people were thinking this is going to be a great fight, and it was a great fight. But more important than the fight, and the reason why this fight is so important in boxing history, is because of the result, which is it's unsatisfactory. It's not really a real result. We're left in disbelief. We don't know really what could have happened if Panama Lewis hadn't said, "Hand me that bottle of water I mixed." Now we can't really know what the real result would have been, and now we have to consider it a fantasy matchup. Who would win between a prime Alexis Arguello and a prime Aaron Pryor without any cheating involved? So, I mean, that fight happened. Now what? The rematch, and which is what the poster's about, the rematch. And now Aaron Pryor's champion and Alexis Arguello is the challenger. Aaron Pryor got to keep his belt after the case involving Panama Lewis in the water bottle. And I believe Panama Lewis put something in the water bottle. That's my opinion. I don't think Aaron Pryor intentionally wanted to cheat, but Panama Lewis did not want his fighter to lose, so he's not going to really tell his fighter. Aaron Pryor probably believed in himself enough that he thought he could win this fight without cheating, but Panama Lewis didn't even tell him about his intentions to make sure his fighter would win. Regardless, the rematch happened. I don't think Panama Lewis was there for the second fight, and I'm not going to talk much about it. I'm just going to say Alexis Arguello got TKO'd even earlier in that fight by Aaron Pryor. And I think the first fight, the turmoil in Nicaragua, just the whole situation going on in Alexis Arguello's life led to him just having less motivation in the second fight to win. And Aaron Pryor really just beat up past his prime Alexis Arguello. So there's really nothing for Aaron Pryor to be proud of. I think it wasn't really Aaron Pryor's fault that he never really satisfied everybody and he never really won the respect that he deserved in reality. And he isn't at fault for all of that. It's more Panama Lewis's fault, his trainer. Panama Lewis is a scumbag. If you guys have seen Assault in the Ring, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a shame, really, that Alexis Arguello started going down a steep hill of defeats after losing to Aaron Pryor, and Aaron Pryor never came back after Alexis Arguello. He lost one fight in his career, and in the rematch against that same fighter, he knocked him out. But really, that's all he's known for, is his win against Alexis Arguello, but also being a controversial win and just basically knocking everybody out except Sugar Ray Leonard or any other notable guys. This fight is very interesting for me because of the result. Again, we're left unsatisfied, and it's an important fight in boxing history. These two are important characters in boxing history. Aaron Pryor is a Hall of Famer. Alexis Arguello is a Hall of Famer. Aaron Pryor is still alive today. He's residing in his hometown of Ohio, and Alexis Arguello sadly passed away. So the legacy of these two can't be mentioned without one another. If you're like me and you're interested a lot in this fight and these two characters, watch Legendary Night starring Jim Lampley. Jim Lampley does a very good job and as a commentator, and the documentary is very good, as in, you know, describing what happened and getting everyone's opinions who were involved. So it's a good watch. I recommend it. Aaron Pryor, for me, I don't have a grudge against Aaron Pryor. I think Aaron Pryor is a great fighter. It's a shame he never got to face Sugar Ray Leonard. I do think Sugar Ray Leonard had intentions of not fighting Aaron Pryor. I don't know why exactly, but he just obviously never fought Aaron Pryor, even though he could have. Aaron Pryor, for me, was a fascinating character because he was just full of confidence and pizzazz. Like I said, he was the type of guy that you'd find him walking through the streets of Ohio, and he would be doing his dance. You know, he'd be walking down with a groove. He'd be like, "What time is it?" And the guys behind him was his crew, and they'll be like, "It's hog time. What time is it? It's hog time." So he was known as the Hawk. And Alexis Arguello, he was just a humble man, very nice, kind to everybody, going through a lot in this life. Nonetheless, he made a great legacy, left a great legacy behind, and he boxed just like how everybody should live their life. He learned from his mistakes and got better at it, and in the end was considered the perfect boxer. So this fight is great. I mean, I recommend you guys watch it on YouTube and watch Legendary Nights again. So thank you guys for watching. and I hope you appreciate me talking and ranting about this one fight. You guys are great. I'd appreciate if you guys left a comment or a like or anything. Nonetheless, God bless and good night.